Don't come to Thanksgiving. You're pathetic and nobody wants you here. My brother's words. 2 weeks before the holiday. He said them like he was commenting on the weather. Casual, final. I hung up the phone and stared at the wall for a solid minute. Here's the thing, though. Kyle had no idea that something else wasn't coming either. Something he'd taken for granted for 6 years. Something that kept a roof over his head while he built his perfect little life. I had the deed in my filing cabinet. The lease agreement. The bank records. Every receipt. Every text. Every late payment I never chased. Where are you watching from, and what time is it there? If you've ever been the family disappointment, hit that like button. You'll want to stay for this. Because my brother was about to learn a very expensive lesson about whose house he was actually living in. Let me take you back to how this all started. Growing up, Kyle was the star. Varsity captain. Dean's list. Dad's fishing buddy. The kid who could do no wrong. I was the one who stayed late at the library. The invisible one. Mom would pin his awards to the fridge and forget to ask about my day. Dad taught Kyle to drive stick. I had to learn from a YouTube video. It wasn't abuse. It was just absence. I learned to take care of myself early. I taught myself to code when I was 16. Freelanced through college. By 28, I was a senior dev contractor pulling 6 figures. I bought 3 rental properties before I turned 30. I keep every contract, every receipt, every email and text message. It's a habit that saved me more than once. 6 years ago, Kyle's engagement fell apart. He called me at 11 at night, voice shaking. I need a place to stay. Just for a few months. Can you help? I had the house on Maple Street. A 3-bedroom I'd bought as an investment. Market rent was $2,400 a month. $800, I told him. Month to month. Family rate. He barely said thank you. Just, I'll take it. I had him sign a standard lease. Month-to-month tenancy. He didn't read it. He never does. I thought I was helping family. I thought he'd remember. I didn't realize I was funding his ego for the next 6 years. The call came 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. I was working from home. My phone buzzed. Kyle. Hey, so I need to talk to you about Thanksgiving. I muted my laptop. Okay, what's up? Jess and her parents are flying in. We're hosting at my place for the long weekend. My place. He said my place. And, he paused. Jess thinks you're kind of intense. So maybe skip Mom's dinner this year. It'll be less awkward. I blinked. You want me to skip Thanksgiving? Yeah, just this once. Her family's kind of a big deal, and I don't want, weird energy. I felt heat crawl up my neck. Kyle, you're hosting Thanksgiving at my house and you're uninviting me from Mom's? Oh, here we go. His voice turned sharp. It's not like that. Then what is it like? You're making this about you. You always do. You're pathetic. You make everything awkward. Just stay home. Nobody wants you there anyway. Silence. I'm hosting Thanksgiving at my house, he said again. I need you to not embarrass me. Then he hung up. I sat there, hands shaking. Not from sadness. From something else entirely. I called my mom an hour later. Mom, did Kyle tell you he uninvited me from Thanksgiving? She sighed. Honey, he mentioned it. Look, just this once. Jess's dad is a regional manager at some big firm. Kyle's really trying to impress them. So I'm supposed to just not come. It's one dinner. Don't make it a bigger thing than it is. My dad's voice cut in from the background. He'd picked up the other line. Don't make this about you. It's one dinner. Your brother's got a good thing going. Let him have it. I felt 14 again. The kid whose feelings didn't count. The one who took up too much space just by existing. Fine, I said. I won't come. Thank you, sweetheart. You're being very mature. I hung up. I walked to my home office. Opened the bottom drawer of my filing cabinet. The folder labeled Maple Street was right where I'd left it. I pulled it out. Set it on my desk. I thought I'd lost my family that night. Turns out I just found my spine. I opened the folder. First page. Property deed. 428 Maple Street. Owner of record, my name. Purchase date, April 2017, second page. The lease agreement Kyle signed 6 years ago. Month-to-month tenancy. Either party may terminate with 30 days written notice. Black and white. Signed by both of us. I pulled up Zillow on my laptop. Typed in the address. Rental estimate, $2,800 per month. Kyle was paying $800. I opened my calculator app. $2,000 a month difference. Times 12 months. Times 6 years. $144,000. He'd been living in my house, subsidized by me, for 6 years. And he called me pathetic. I pulled up my bank records next. Filtered for his rent deposits. Late 5 times in 2019. Missed 3 months entirely in 2021. I never said a word. Never charged a fee. He was hosting Thanksgiving at my house. Calling me pathetic. At my house. I opened my laptop and started typing. I sent Kyle a text. Calm, direct. You know I own the Maple Street house, right? 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. Oh, here we go. You gonna hold that over me forever? I pay rent. Below market, I typed back. By $2,000 a month. For 6 years. Wow. So now you want a medal for helping family? This is exactly why Jess doesn't want you around. I didn't reply. 10 minutes later, the family group chat lit up. Kyle, can't believe some people try to ruin Thanksgiving because they're jealous other people have lives. Mom, what's going on? Kyle, nothing. Just dealing with someone who can't be happy for me. Dad, this is exactly why we asked you to skip. You always create drama. I muted the chat. Then I saw it. Jessica's Instagram story. A vague post, no names. Just, when toxic family members can't let you be happy. Choose peace. Kyle had told her his version. I checked her profile. Her dad's company, Wardell Properties. Commercial real estate. Big name in the region. Her parents were flying in for Thanksgiving. Kyle had told them he owned the house. I was sure of it. The lie was public now. And I had 72 hours until Thanksgiving. I went back to my records. 6 years of bank statements. Every deposit from Kyle. Late payments highlighted in yellow. Missed months highlighted in red. $2,400 in rent he never paid. I never chased it. Never mentioned it. Then I opened my text archive. I searched for Kyle's name. Scrolled back. There. A text to his friend Marcus. 2 years ago. Yeah, man, swing by my place this weekend. Got a fire pit in the back. Homeownership is sick. My place, homeownership, another one. Last year. To someone named Travis. Can't believe I'm a landlord now. Thinking about getting a second property. A landlord. Of my house. I took screenshots. Saved them to a new folder. He didn't just take my generosity for granted. He erased it. He rewrote the story. Made himself the hero. Made me invisible. Again. 6 years of texts. I scrolled through every one. Not once did he say thank you. I wasn't angry anymore. I was clear. I pulled up LinkedIn. Searched for Jessica's father. Found him in 30 seconds. VP of Acquisitions. Wardell Properties. 28 years in commercial real estate. Then I found Kyle's activity. A comment on one of the VP's posts. From 3 weeks ago. Great insights. Would love to learn from you. I've been managing my own property for 6 years and looking to expand into commercial. Managing my own property. 6 years. He wasn't just lying to impress a girlfriend. He was positioning himself. Building a persona. The young entrepreneur. The self-made guy. The homeowner who pulled himself up. He needed that story to be true, and I was the only person who knew it wasn't. That's why he wanted me gone. Not because I was awkward. Not because Jessica didn't like me. Because I was a witness to the truth. The golden child. Even now. Even at 34. He'd rather burn me than let anyone see him as anything less than perfect. I screenshotted the comment. Now I knew exactly what to do, and it wasn't cruel. It was just honest. I called a real estate attorney the next morning. Explained the situation. Month-to-month lease. You want to terminate? Yes, you can do that. 30 days written notice. Certified mail. Clean and legal. He's my brother. Doesn't matter. It's a lease. You're not evicting him. You're choosing not to renew. That's your right. I thanked her and hung up. I drafted 2 documents that afternoon. The first, notice to vacate. 30 days. Effective December 1st. Professional, polite, airtight. The second, a new lease agreement. Market rate. $2,800 a month. Standard terms. Month to month. If he wanted to stay, he could. At the price everyone else would pay. I printed both documents. Signed them. Put them in an envelope. I didn't feel rage. I didn't feel sadness. I felt relief. I scheduled the certified mail pickup for November 22nd. 2 days before Thanksgiving. Signature required. I didn't call my family. Didn't warn anyone. I just sent it. And then I didn't go to Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving Day, 2 p.m. I was at my apartment. Making pasta. Drinking wine. Perfectly content. My phone started ringing. Mom. I didn't answer. Kyle. Ignored. Dad. Ignored. Then the text started. Mom. What did you do? Kyle. Are you kidding me right now? Dad. Call me immediately. I poured another glass of wine. Here's what I found out later. The certified letter arrived at 2 p.m., right in the middle of dinner prep. Kyle answered the door. Jessica's parents were in the living room. He signed for it. Didn't think anything of it. Jessica's dad asked about property taxes. Small talk. Homeowner stuff. Kyle fumbled. Oh, it's handled through an LLC. My accountant manages it. Jessica's mom. Smart. What's your monthly carrying cost? Kyle was sweating now. That's when Jessica asked what the envelope was. He opened it at the table. I wish I could have seen his face. Notice to vacate. 30 days. December 1st. Silence. Then chaos. My phone. 11 missed calls. 4 from Dad. 7 from Mom. 23 texts in the family group chat. I waited 2 hours. Then I replied. 1 message. Calm. I've subsidized Kyle's rent for 6 years at $2,000 a month below market. He called me pathetic and uninvited me so I wouldn't embarrass him in front of the people he lied to. The lease ends December 1st. He can stay at market rate or move. Happy Thanksgiving. I attached 3 images. The deed, the lease, a bank statement summary. No one replied for 4 hours. Kyle's girlfriend left before dessert. Dad called me at 9 p.m. He didn't apologize, but he didn't defend Kyle either. Kyle moved out December 15th. No final conversation. No apology. Nothing. He left the garage remote on the kitchen counter and didn't say goodbye. Jessica broke up with him 4 days after Thanksgiving. She posted new chapter on Instagram. They didn't last the month. Her father never called him. Mom reached out on December 10th. Not to apologize. To ask why I didn't tell them sooner. I didn't have the energy to explain. Dad sent a text 2 weeks later. Let's just move forward. No acknowledgement. No accountability. Just forward. I didn't fight it. I just let it be. I rented the house to a retired couple in January. Jean and Marla. Market rate. $2,800 a month. They're kind. They pay on time. They bake me cookies at Christmas. I see my parents twice a year now. Birthday dinners. Polite. Distant. Kyle and I don't speak. I don't miss the tension. I don't miss performing for a family that never saw me. This year I hosted Friendsgiving. 10 people crammed into my apartment. Laughter. Warmth. Terrible pumpkin pie someone bought from a gas station. No one performed. No one disappeared. I didn't realize how exhausting it was to beg for a seat at a table. Here's what I learned. Boundaries aren't revenge. Stopping a subsidy isn't punishment. You can love your family and still refuse to disappear for their comfort. I donated $10,000 of the first year's market rate rent to a housing nonprofit. In Kyle's name. He'll get the tax receipt in the mail. I hope it confuses him. So here's my question for you. When did you learn that protecting yourself isn't the same as being cruel? When did you realize you didn't have to light yourself on fire to keep someone else warm? Drop your story in the comments. I read every single one. And if this story hit home, subscribe. There's more where this came from. I'm not pathetic. I'm free. This has been a fictionalized dramatization and is not legal or financial advice.